Okay, what I got here, it's obviously a Brodak Super Clown ARF. Now I built the electric version, this one's the glow version. Running into the same problem with the glow version I had with the electric. The problem being quality control. Here's the fuselage. Looks alright. I like the color. But it is warped beyond straightening, and it's warped in the wrong direction to boot. So as you can see there, she's had it. Nothing I can do with that. Tried giving it a straightening, and you can hear it cracking a little bit. So as you can see, that's way beyond fixing. And it's strange because you can, looks like their fuselage halves are actually laminated. Yeah, there's definitely a ridge in there. Lots of. That's the second one I got. I don't know all their profiles are this crappy or not. But the built-up kit seemed to be alright. But this here is totally unusable. So I'm probably going to take a picture of it and send it to Brodak and see if they'll replace it. Everything else I looked at was pretty decent. The hardware is not too bad. Some of the solder joints aren't the best in the world. The tail feathers, they're pretty straight. Now I'll pretty that outside up, and I got a different saw I'll use for in here. Yeah, like I say, I'll sand all this up and cut that out with a separate saw. I drilled a hole inside where I drew around for the wing slot in the fuselage. As you can see, I got it all sanded up nice and flat here. I just got to glue the canopy on, make one up and glue it out of scrap here. And this mini scroll saw, pretty good because this blade comes off nice and easy. So what I'm going to do is pop the blade off, put the blade through that hole, hook it back up at the fuselage here. And that way when I cut this out, it'll be nice and square, nice 90-degree cut. I tried doing this with an X-Acto knife before on my BARF Project 1, and trying to get that thing perfect, ooh, it was kind of evil. So this time I opted out to try it this way, so we'll see what happens here. Shits and giggles, I figure I'll show you my attempt at doing this. Put it through the hole. And do it on that side there. I didn't say this was going to be easy, did I? I had them. Just one of the pins on the outside. There we are, that's better. Helps when you get it all centered. Done. And it fits. Fairly snug, a few little gaps, but that's why they make epoxy. I'm going to fit that in there pretty good. So I'll just tidy that up a little bit and carry on. So I got the two maple engine mounts epoxied in. As you can see, I got them drying, sandwiched and I stuck on my table saw there. Nice flat surface. And I got 40 cal round ball for weight, just to keep everything flat and flush. And I also added the piece of wood here for the canopy. So 30-minute epoxy, let her dry, and that's it for tonight. Got the epoxy's all nice and dry now. Let her harden overnight. Sanded her down a bit. Shaped up the nose. She's ready for the plywood doublers on the nose now. Yep. Okay, I got the plywood nose pieces, the doublers made. Cut them out of aircraft ply. And they're I think they're what, 5? 2, 3, 4, 5 ply, yeah. Don't use a light ply, although it is lighter. Problem with it is your engine tends to sink into it. Vibration that comes loose, along with the blind nuts on the other side. They tend to come loose. So, this nice hard birch aircraft ply. A little heavier, but it won't. Engines don't sink into it. Got the plywood sandwiched up here and drying. The usual 50 caliber round ball for weight. And we'll just let that sit and dry. Okay, get this thing finished. The plywood is all dry. Turned out pretty good. Usually I do one side at a time. This time I did both. I actually got away with it. I used the West Systems epoxy on it. Lots of it oozed out. Which is no big deal. Just get in there if I have to and give her a little swipe with the little Dremel. Don't think I'll have to. So we are one more step to getting her ready for the wing. So as I mentioned earlier, a couple of years ago now, this thing kind of sat in the box, in the pile of ARFs and stuff I got. Decided last year we did a full-time stunt day at our club, and it was fun. All I had was a ringmaster, but ended up with an electronic problem. It's electric powered, and all it turned out to be was a friggin' battery. So it kind of dawned on me, the only plane I got is a ringmaster for old times. So what I did is I dug this turd out again. So a couple of years later, the drama continues. So I'm going to finish this up. I think I'm going to cover the fuse in monocoat. Might as well. Although there's a chance I may tip towards doping it. This seems to be a combination that works well. So right now I'm just going to drill out the holes. I kept the old doublers. I was going to put an LA25 in it, but I weighed them. The Brodak, it's such a short tail, I want to go with the lightest engine possible. So the Brodak 25 is 5.75 ounces without a muffler and with the needle on. The OSLA 25 is 6.35 ounces, so that's over an ounce heavier out on the nose. Now it's got a bit of a long nose on it, so I'm going to bring that back as far as I can. And with the lightest engine, I'm going to go with the Brodak 25. I've never run one before, but if they run half as good as the 40s, it's going to be a great engine. And they're light. It's one of the big things in like a one. But anyway, I kept these for patterns to where to drill the holes for the landing gear. And that's what I'm going to do next. Then I'm going to make a a mount, plywood mount back here for the tail skid that I got here. I'm gonna curl this around in a circle because I always use a tail skid and the tail wheel for hooking up to the stooge. And after that, I gotta just cut a slot in here for the flaps. I'm gonna put together the way they tell you to in the plans. To a point, they tell you to glue the wing in, then slide the flap through this slot, and then glue. And I'm like, really? Why not just glue the flaps on a nice flat surface and then slide the whole schmozzle in like I did with the P40? So, and then you're not trying to get the hinges in with the flaps stinking around. It just, nah, screw that. Anyway, I'm going to get some drilling done here in the drill press and continue on.